Signore e signori,
dichiaro aperti i 9 Giochi Paralimpici invernali.
Si sta avvicinando allo stadio.
Forza, forza! Dai, 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 dai! Dal record della pista! Record della pista! Prima!
Buongiorno and welcome to Keep the Flame Alive's Day 6 coverage of the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Paralympic Games. I am your host, Jill Jarris, coming to you from Schuckvestan House in Venezia Mestre, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Alison Brown. Alison, ciao, como stai?
Stanco.
Stanco? What is this?
It means tired.
Oh, yes.
I'm very tired because I realize when I take the 10 o'clock bus, I do not nap on the bus.
Oh, because you're awake, because you slept in.
I mean, I slept an extra hour.
Yeah,
let's not go so far as to say I slept in.
You didn't get up at 6.
I didn't get up at 6. I got up at 7:30.
Yes.
Right after you left. And I'm that much more awake. So I realize I'm losing like 2 hours of sleep by sleeping in an extra hour. So I think going back to the early bus tomorrow will actually get me more rest. And then tonight on the bus ride home, I couldn't sleep.
Oh.
Because I had a candy bar.
Oh, okay.
And that must have gotten my bodily systems working and revved up.
I see.
You know, what's that commercial where you get a Snickers bar and it like makes you king of the world? So apparently a Mars bar will do that as well when you're riding the bus. But
yes,
I did get a little culture.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's go.
Because of my lack of sleep.
Okay.
I saw the 1956 ski jump.
Oh, you did see it now. Okay.
We did see it because we drive past it on the bus, but I'm usually asleep already. But I was on the proper side of the bus. I saw it. I saw the jump with the rings. So
it's cool.
It's cool to be able to see that.
Yeah,
and that it's still there.
I wonder what condition it is.
If you got up close.
Yeah, exactly. I think listener Patrick went to it when he was in Cortina for the Olympics. So I'd love to know what's going on with that. I also had some culture today. Do you have any more culture?
No, I went to the grocery store.
That's exciting.
It was exciting because I got some food. So I actually had something to eat for dinner this evening, which was very exciting. And I couldn't, oh my goodness. I walked around that store, I think 3 times, just trying to find what I was looking for.
Oh, and it doesn't look huge. I saw it's in the co-op.
No, not that store.
Oh.
The store here, the Mestre store.
Oh, okay.
I went to the Mestre store and walked around so much and went up and down the little escalator rolly cart thing.
Yeah.
3 times.
We have a 2-floor supermarket here,
which is fun.
Yes.
I love a 2-floor supermarket, except when I can't find the things on either floor. Right. And I can't ask anybody because I don't speak Italian. It's just been a day running on fumes and tired.
Yeah, exactly. I had an epic day with Giacomo in the morning. So
I'm so excited to be reunited with Giacomo tomorrow.
I know. I'm going to have to ask for his picture because now he's just in my life. So I got to the bus stop about 7:30.
Okay.
Let's remind everybody, the bus is supposed to leave at 7:30 and get to Cortina approximately 10:15.
Yes.
This is what the schedule is. Okay, and Giacomo has never been on time since we've taken the bus. So there are people there today, so that's nice. And then we're waiting, and about 10 minutes in, maybe not even that, a games desk person, I think, somebody in a volunteer uniform, is escorting a mother and a son. And the son's like 4 or 5 years old. And I see he's got his credential like through his arm like a sash. And I see the credential, and it's IPC family credential. I'm like, oh,
as you would expect a child to have.
Exactly. And the games desk person does not look happy about the situation that we're standing there. And he's got 2 phones, and he's texting people, and he's still just looking out the street on the curb, looking out into the street. And after about 5 minutes or so, I kind of yelled at him in Italian, because I looked it up how to say this. I said, he's always late. He's going to be late. He's going to be like 15, 20 minutes late. And the girls next to me are like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, he's always late. And they were relieved. But the guy at the games desk did not hear me, is getting more upset. And he doesn't show it, though. I will say that. And the son needs to be picked up. And, he's 4 or 5, little, but also not one you want to hold for like 20 minutes, I'm sure,
right.
That size. So I go over to the woman and I ask what language she speaks. And she's from Canada originally, lives in Germany now. And I said, look, the bus driver is always at least 15 to 25 minutes late. She goes, oh, okay. And then you take this every day kind of situation going on. Well, yes, they're IPC family. Giacomo shows up, I think about 7:54 or so. And I pop on the bus because I know what I'm doing. They come up too, and they sit down in the front of the panorama seats. I'm only a couple rows behind them today. And apparently there must have been some words spoken down below, because Giacomo comes up and makes sure that they're okay. He sees me and is like, buongiorno! And that was fantastic. And we get on our way. We do not stop for gas. We do not take a break. We get to the train station stop, and there is a little pickup kind of in the exit lane, and he doesn't want to move, apparently. So Giacomo sees that there's nobody there at the bus stop for us and keeps going. And we had to go into the town with the parking lot that you go down into.
Yes.
He is going through that quite quickly. Picks up these people. We are on our way. We make just maybe one or two other stops. We get to Cortina at 10:13. We got there so fast. Oh, Giacomo was in rare form. And the music today, the Giacomo in the morning music, I did record some of it just to have. And apparently there's no FCC in Italy, because I did hear the F word loud and clear. And I was like, oh, America bleeps that stuff.
Europe doesn't do that. They don't have those puritanical things here in Europe.
It was weird, and then it felt like, oh, U.S., what are we doing? But okay. But it was a fun ride today. Nobody and no talking on the phone either. He did have the cigarette in his mouth when he got there. But it was all radio today.
Well, I will have to say tomorrow we better be on time, because if he got a talking to,
oh, I want to know. Yeah.
Is he going to now be on time tomorrow at 7:30?
Yes.
And
Ready
zoom, off we go.
Yeah. I am curious to see if that's going to happen too. Or if he's there on time and then sees that there are no VIPs.
And then back to normal.
Yes, exactly. So that was a lot of fun. Since I was early, I did not have to be to Alpine until 12 or so. I was walking to wheelchair curling venue, because that's how we get to Alpine. And I thought, well, maybe I should get one of those big pretzels again, because I really liked it. Not much chance. So I double back and I go down the street that the bakery's on. And it turns out that that's the bakery we pass on the bus when we start off. Okay. It's the one that says Corner Bakery or something like that, or Bakery Corner.
I've never noticed it.
Oh, it's okay. Well, when we take the bus tomorrow,
I'll have to pay attention to Corner Bakery.
I do notice when I see a bakery sign.
See, gelato places.
Right.
I know where the gelato places are on the bus ride.
I know. But on the way to the bakery, I walked past this gallery, the Iconos Art Gallery, and they had some Olympic type pictures outside. So I went in and looked around, and it is an exhibition of an artist named Stefano Zardini. And his father and uncle were also photographers. Photography runs in the family. And they were at Cortina 1956 and took all these pictures. So Stefano went into their vault, took out these black and white pictures and colorized them at little bits, and then put some little color outline type things. They are very cool. So like that classic picture of Tenley Albright skiing, so he colorized that. And, well, this is not quite right.
But that's the idea.
Yes. So they had some postcards that you could take. I'll probably put some pictures of these up. But yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
So he did this because he wanted the vibrancy and energy of the games to come back to Cortina, because I guess Cortina was kind of slumping in terms of being a vibrant town or something like that. And maybe it's just the people that were coming, or stuff wasn't going on the same way. And sadly, Stefano died before he knew that Cortina won the bid. He had cancer or something like that. So, but I talked to the curator of the art gallery, or the woman at the desk, but she knew everything. So it was so cool to see this exhibition. And it's not just 1956 pictures. They've got it's like pioneers in sport. So there's people from like skiers from the 1920s and all these really old things with really old equipment. It was really, really cool to see. I did get my blood pressure taken. I forgot to tell everybody yesterday what my blood pressure was, because, if I go by the tent, they've got it. I'm getting my blood pressure taken. Yesterday was high, 156/82. So the woman was like, "Ooh," and then I had to pull out my phone and show her the picture of the day before. And then she was like, "Oh, okay, maybe this is just a blip." So today, the blood pressure taker was my friend. My first friend.
Your first friend.
My first friend.
Your original blood pressure taker.
Who remembered me. And then
as the crazy lady who gets excited about having her blood pressure taken.
Exactly.
So then what was today's reading?
Today's reading was 146/87. So back down.
Okay, a little bit better.
Yes. And it's okay because it's at altitude. There was, and now they're taking the data. Before they were just like marking it, but now they're, female, my age, and my blood pressure. So I looked at the little list, and there was a guy in his 60s ahead of me. 212/110.
Oh.
Yeah. And I pointed that out and like, what is this? And she's like, I know, it's bad. So.
Well, you're not that.
She will not be there tomorrow, but she will be there on Saturday. So one more chance to take my blood pressure with my friend. And I want a picture with her too.
With Giacomo and Elena.
Yes. And I've had fun. And after skiing, I had time to also wander a little bit. I stopped at the grocery for a snack for the ride home. I also stopped at House of Switzerland.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
They were open.
Yes, they were open. People were there. It's a big pavilion thing. It must have been great during the Olympics. They have an indoor restaurant. They have a snack bar outside. They have outside seating. They have ashtrays.
Of course.
Which I was just really so like, oh, ashtrays. What's that?
Haven't seen this in 40 years.
They've got curling, but the curling stones look more like chess pawns. Mm-hmm. That kind of curling. And they have like a gondola you can sit in, and they have a swatch booth that makes a little picture of you, which takes your face and puts it on something else. So I now have a picture of myself in traditional Swiss clothing, and I'm standing next to a cow.
With a wheel. Well, you left out the most important thing, with a wheel of cheese and braids. Oh,
It's pretty good.
Maybe I will stop it and see what they
It
come
was
up with
worth
for
it.
me.
And I feel bad that we can't stay, because when they have a party for their medalists, it must be fun. And they were
Yes.
doing since there wasn't much going on, they had a big quiz on their jumbotron kind of thing.
So what time
Bigatron.
was this? Were you at there?
This was before 3:42.
Okay, so it was in the 3 o'clock
Yeah,
neighborhood.
it was in the afternoon. So they're open, I think, probably from noon on or so.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so I don't think the restaurant was open yet, but the snack bar was. And they were having, like, you could get a brat. You could get other assorted snacks to eat. So that was, and desserts. They have desserts too, traditional.
Well, you can make it now that you're in the traditional outfit with your wheel of cheese and your cow.
Right. I'll just flash my picture and they'll go, oh, yeah,
Yes,
Jill.
Jill knows what she's doing in her traditional Swiss clothing.
Oh, man, you know what else we know how to do?
Talk on trains.
Talk on trains. And thanks to you, our Grand Finale 150 campaign to get us on the train to go see para ice hockey and be able to talk about it with you. That's been very successful. So
Yes.
Thank you, all of you who have chipped in and made sure we could do that. We will be broadcasting from the train. Now I'm just calling it the Keep the Flame Alive Transport Vibe Tour. And this will be it could be our third stop.
The train could be our third stop. We are considering doing a bus edition.
Either bus or piazza.
Depending on situational awareness.
Right.
And also rain, because today it was
Oh,
raining
yes,
in
it
the
did,
piazza, so we
yes.
could not have broken out the equipment. We would have
Correct.
had to wait for the bus.
Correct. So that is in the offing. Thank you, everybody, for making sure that happens. Really touches my heart, and I'm very excited to podcast on the train.
I'm excited to go to para ice hockey. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. That's true too. And we're hopefully going to be able to see Team Keep the Flame Alive's Brad Rathlisberger there.
While we are there, yes,
and
in
maybe-
between the two games.
Yeah. So, and if you decide that you still want to say, hey, let's chip in and make sure this tour happens for sure, like 3 days worth, we're at flamealivepod.com. Results. We had para Alpine today.
Which is where you were.
Yes,
Yes?
I went. And it
Okay.
was women's giant slalom today. Just women, just giant slalom. And you were right about how much of the course you can see. You could see,
Yes.
I could see the house, or, the start house.
Yes.
And I had my binoculars, so I could really get in there a little bit. That was awesome how much you could see. They didn't the snow was bad. The snow
Yeah.
looks like it was bad. There was a whole section where people were losing so much time. They'd be ahead by a second and all of a sudden lose that 1 second advantage. And then they'd get it back at a different spot. So there's a chunk of it that's not right. And that's tough. They were throwing a lot of salt on the snow, trying to get it to freeze up a little bit. And the one thing that I have about watching Alpine in person is that sometimes I find it very hard to pick out the athlete on the slope.
Well, there's a lot of people on the slope, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of people moving around on the slope, and it does get confusing if you look away for a second and then you come back and you're
Right.
like, who is where?
Right, because the second the athlete goes by, 3 to 5 people pop on the course to try to smooth it out. And especially with this one, they were really trying to smooth out some ruts that were forming because of the skis. And it was a lot of work for
And they check
course
the
crew.
gates, and they're just making sure everything for the next person is the way
Yes.
it's supposed to be.
Yes. And they are a well-oiled machine. They can
Yes.
get a gate fixed so fast.
The skiers won't even know that there was an issue.
Yeah, exactly. So we started off with a visually impaired crew. Oh, packed.
Really?
Yes, packed.
Did
And-
you have to sit in the 4 little seats up high
No.
for press?
No. Oh, no, I forgot that those existed. I think they were taken by a giant school group. And huge, like I said, the stands were just about full if they weren't full. Huge energy. I got on the Jumbotron.
Look at
dancing-
you.
Dancing.
As you should.
Because I was in front of a contingent of Italian school children who were screaming like crazy. Annalena Forster's fan club was in full force with giant noisemakers and horns. And that was a lot of fun as well. One of the Italian school groups had red, white, and green balloons.
Nice.
One of them lost a red balloon.
Oh,
so
no.
It was floating away, and hopefully it floated away from the course. They were really there to see Chiara Mazel,
Yes.
who took silver in this race. They were going nuts, and they were going nuts while she was skiing. And of course, that's it, the visually impaired, like you said, it's just quiet, and they don't do music. They let that, but you cannot tell Italian kids to not yell for their people. Although one of them at least was shushing the others.
Shush, we're supposed to be quiet.
Yes,
Teacher told us to be quiet.
Exactly. But Veronika Eigner from Austria won gold. Chiara Mazel won silver. So, of course, everybody's going crazy. And then Alina Stari from Austria won bronze. Eigner changed guides this morning. She went from Lily Sommer to Eric de Gruber with one training run. But they worked together for a long time.
Yeah, so this is not a stranger to her. Apparently, Lily Sommer and Eric de Gruber work with Veronika Eigner and Michael Scharnagel. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Scharnagel.
Yeah, Scharnagel.
Okay, from Austria as well. And they switch off.
Oh,
So
okay.
this was not, when I first read that she switched guides this morning, I thought that's a very odd
Right.
transition, but I think it has to do who's better a guide for giant slalom versus who's the better guide for downhill and super combined. So I think for slalom, it was decided that Lily works better with Michael and Eric works better with Veronica. So they swapped out.
That's interesting. Very interesting. Then, after this race, all of the Italian school kids left.
They had seen Chiara and that was all
That
they
was
came
all.
to say.
There were no other Italians, apparently. And so did the energy. And so did my energy. And I just was done for the day.
Thankfully, there was
rest
only
of the
2 more
crowd-
races.
Yes, thankfully. The rest of the crowd was good. And of course, the Annalena Forster fan club was making their noisemakers for everybody, which was great. And everybody's clapping for everybody. But I got very tired very quickly.
Yes. Well, you haven't been sleeping.
I haven't been sleeping. The women's giant slalom standing, Eva Arjo won gold. She is from Sweden. I believe this is a multi-gold.
I believe this is number 3.
Yes. Only number 3.
Only number 3.
Right?
Yes.
Russian Vavara Veronikina won silver, and bronze went to Ariel Richard. We've heard those names before as well.
Yes, Ariel has 3 silvers already, and the reporter asked her where she keeps them. And she said, they are all above my bed. I will add this one there too. I look at them every day. To which I say, I would look at them all the time. I would just, polish them up, look at my reflection in them, especially the silver one, so I'm with her. But Arjo complained about the surface being quite bad. And she said that in the middle of the race, she had quite a big mistake, but it made her stand up and be like, let's go. And she had a lot more motion and got the speed up really well after that. So the surface is causing trouble,
Yes,
and causing mistakes.
And a few people DNF'd, I believe more so in the sitting than in the others. But yeah, there were some where, especially with the sit skis, like you'd get the edge and you just
slide out.
And it was
Yeah, I would
really
think
tough.
for the sit ski, you need a very good, strong, icy surface because of just the way the weight is distributed on the sit ski would make it sink in very heavily in the slushy snow.
Yeah, I would think. But in the sit skiing category for the women, Annalena Forster won gold.
Thank goodness, because her brat-loving,
I know.
noise-making group would have been devastated.
And I did take a little video of them and put that in our Facebook group. Silver went to Momoka Muraoka, whose nickname is the Queen of Winter.
Yes, and she was very upset today about winning silver. She felt disappointed that she didn't win, and she made a point of saying she wasn't living up to her nickname.
Oh,
Which made me sad. But she has also been quoted as saying how skiing saved her life.
Okay.
After she lost the ability to walk, that skiing really gave her a second shot. So I want her to focus on the second shot and not being Queen of Winter, because I mean she's got a collection of medals. We've said her name more than once.
Right. And bronze went to China's Liu Xitong, also a name we have said.
Yeah, we keep saying these same names, but I love the quote that you found from Annalena Forster. She said, "I guess I finally worked out how this giant slalom thing works." Yeah, I think so, Annalena. I think you're doing okay. You've got 6 Paralympic golds since Sochi 2014. She's been doing this a long time and doing really well at it.
Wow. And thrilled. Oh my gosh. Everybody was so excited. So it was a fun day on the slopes. Again, the announcing crew is so much fun. I did see Milo.
Dancing in the snow.
And took a picture with him.
Almost forgot.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I had a close encounter with them at the plaza where the cauldron is.
Really?
Yes, I didn't get to take a picture with them.
Okay.
But they were out dancing, both
Tina and Milo?
both Tina and Milo.
Huh.
They were just out there dancing, taking photos with people, but I had to run and catch the bus, so I couldn't wait on the line.
Okay.
But I was like, hi and everything, hi.
Yeah, I saw Milo or Milo. He's supposed to be called Milo, I guess, but I have
It's
a hard
Milano,
time. Yeah.
so it's supposed to be Milo, but
We're American.
yeah, it's true. She's Tina. We got that far.
Yeah, exactly. And he was down in one corner, and I thought, oh, he'll make his way back, and then I'll go down. And then I was like, he's not coming back anytime soon. And all these kids are going down there. I better get down there too.
Yes.
So I went down and took a selfie real quick, and that was fun.
So now you have a selfie, and I don't. Just like you have a mascot, and I don't.
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
Hey,
Don't lie to me the way you lied to me yesterday about what you were doing. You were supposed to be at wheelchair curling and you were going to bakeries.
I also told you I was going to the wheelchair curling media center, and I didn't get there today. I went in. I thought, well, I'll go and I'll pop in for a little bit and watch and charge up my phone a little bit. And I did have stuff sitting on the media tables down from you. I was like, well, I can't talk to you. So why even tell you
Why am I here?
Why tell you where I am? But and I did have to use the facilities there, which the facilities are all, it's shared bathroom.
Yes.
But there's 3 stalls in each. One is accessible for a wheelchair. One is got assigned for women, and one has got assigned for men.
Nobody listens to that.
Oh, because I used the men's stall for like 2 days, and then I saw the sign.
That's okay. People don't. I have seen either gender come out of both stalls, so don't get too up in arms about it.
Well, there were lines today, and I just kind of kept walking around looking for more toilets, and then I went back and I stood in line. So, it was what it was, and then it was time to go.
To get the early bus.
To get the early bus, which I eventually fell asleep on. And then, of course, the driver was listening to some really weird music. I didn't.
9-2 tonight.
It was it was like almost like rock opera with no words. It was the weirdest ambient
Mine was
stuff.
like, it was almost like Christian pop in Italian.
Wow.
Because I recognized a few words, and I'm like, Jesus is Jesus in every language. And are we listening to Christian Italian rock?
Wow.
But it was more like inspirational pop. Mm-hmm. It was.
That's interesting.
You wonder why I couldn't take a nap. I was praying, apparently.
Okay, in para ice hockey, we had the classification matches for who's going to play for 5th through 8th place today. This one sounded good.
I know. Slovakia lost to Germany 4-3 in overtime. Whenever there's an overtime,
Yes.
you know that they were very evenly matched.
That.
And unfortunately, Germany and Slovakia were the victims of Team USA.
Right.
And beat downs. So it's nice to see that they had a much more even game with each other.
Yes, very much so. And that had to be exciting. then also exciting for the home crowd, which sounded pretty loud in there. Italy beat Japan 5-0. And it was a hat trick for Nico Landeros, who is American but of Italian descent and decided to play for Italy this time around. And I imagine help bring up that team. So that's cool. And their goalkeeper, Santino Stilitano, is 56 years old and had a shutout today. Yes. So Germany and Italy will be playing for the 5th and 6th places, and Japan and Slovakia will be playing for 7th and 8th.
And the semifinals to see who's going into the medal rounds will also be tomorrow. USA is playing Czechia and Canada is playing China.
This will be interesting.
That's going to be a fun foursome.
And in wheelchair curling, it was we're all team competition now.
All team competition because the doubles were that. So I was at the afternoon session because now there wasn't a morning session today. There was just an early afternoon and an evening session. And I was having a very difficult time. I wanted to watch the Canada-Korea match because it looked like those two were going into the semifinals. So I said, this is probably a preview. And it actually ended up being, spoiler alert, that is going to be one of the semifinals. So I wanted to get a good view of it. But the problem was that the school groups were there and Italy was playing.
Oh, of course.
This place was louder than it was during the medal rounds
wow.
for the doubles. It was so loud. People were pounding on the floor. Mm-hmm. There was a whistle. Someone had smuggled in a whistle. A lot of signs. So it was very hard to concentrate on not the Italian match, even though I was sitting purposely very close to where I was trying to watch. But it was hard. And the other problem was Canada apparently plays slow. That's one of its strategies because they're very methodical and very logical, and they try to get their opponents to speed up and make mistakes.
Oh, interesting.
So they go slow and step by step kind of thing. So it's a lot of onesies, twosies. You don't see them getting 6-point ends.
Okay.
You see them chipping away, and doing it slowly. So that also made it difficult to watch when the Italian kids are blowing the roof off, screaming.
Because I see these scores.
Exactly.
And they're big.
So, and what was funny was I was able to hear in between the screaming because I was sitting right there behind the Canadian coaches. They were not happy with how the stones were curling.
Oh, interesting.
They were not happy with how the ice was behaving. And not that there was anything wrong with the ice, but stones just weren't curling. Mm-hmm. Again, we've seen this all tournament long, both in the doubles and now in the team, that the ice is behaving in a way that the coaches and the players do not expect. So I don't know what that indicates in terms of the venue, but to say repeatedly the ice is behaving unpredictably, which I thought was interesting to notice that he said it.
Interesting. And I wonder if that, do you have to have some kind of give for unpredictability?
Right. How do you adjust for unpredictability? How do you adjust your throw if it's going to curl or not curl?
Right. And you don't know.
And you don't know because it's doing both. So there were stones that would curl and stones that weren't curling.
Jeez.
And it was tough, at least on their sheet, that I could see the best. And there was a lot of struggling going on both sides, but Canada did beat Korea 5-3. So we will see that matchup. I think, let me just scroll down for a second. Yes, that's going to be a semifinal rematch tomorrow.
Wow.
So that'll be interesting to see how the ice is functioning when that happens. So I'm going to jump over to Italy and Latvia just because that was going on. So Latvia ended up, poor thing, losing to Italy 10-2.
Wow.
And it was insane. It was an insane
I can
crowd.
imagine. Well, and the venue, as some of you have been there, it is really stunning. Just because for 1956, it was an open air venue and it was a stadium with 3 sides. and the fourth side looked out onto the mountains. And it was all wooden, and you have these upstairs levels, balconies that seem they don't come out very far. So there's some seating up there, but not a ton. So you just kind of see these people lined up in the balconies, and there's 2 levels of them too.
Right. And when they slam their feet on
Yeah.
that ground, the
Yeah.
whole room shakes.
And I gotta say, the way they put a fourth side on and a roof on the place is just really well done.
It doesn't look like it got stuck on. It looks cohesive.
Right, even though that the fourth wall is not wood, but it just looks really good.
It does. I have to agree. So also in this session, China beat Sweden 12-3 in 7 ends, and the U.S. lost to Norway 7-4.
Okay. I saw a quote from one of the Italian curlers, Angela Minardi. Her teammate, Egidio Marchesi, has these glasses that are the Italian flag. They're red, white, and green. And she said, I would never wear them. I really don't like them that much. When he has the white hat, the blue jacket, and the glasses on, he looks like a Smurf.
Oh, Angela. I have a feeling you are absolutely right. He does look like a Smurf. So there was a second session in the evening. Norway beat Great Britain 9-2 in 6 ends. Korea beat Italy 6-5. And Canada beat the USA 7-3. So as I mentioned, round robin is over. Semifinals are tomorrow. Canada against Korea. China versus Sweden.
Big day. Stuff's winding down. It's weird.
I know.
And you told me Para Snowboard got moved.
Yes, so Para Snowboard is now going to be Friday morning at 9.
Instead of Saturday.
At 10. So we probably cannot get ourselves to Para Snowboard, but we'll have to have a conversation as to who's going what where,
right,
and how we are going to swing this tomorrow.
Right, because it was not in our plans to. We were going to try to cover both of them, so it's time to look at the schedule and make some adjustments. So, yeah, the snow is you can just see more and more is melting, and it just seems like it's really hard to keep the slopes up.
Yeah, they are rushing to get this all done before that snow completely disappears.
Right, and it's so muddy everywhere else. It's really, it's a little grungy, and you just feel like...
It's March.
Yeah.
It's that March feeling.
Yeah, you want spring now. And you just like, oh, let's be done with being outside. Come on. But, here we are. And I feel really bad for the athletes that they have to put up with this.
That they have to slog through
Yeah.
the slush and the muck. That's not fair.
No. All right. Who from Czechoslovakia's playing tomorrow?
So we have the United States playing Czechia in the hockey semifinal, which means we will see Declan Farmer, Jack Wallace, and Malik Jones. And then over in para-biathlon, the sprint pursuit, we should see, again, we don't have start lists, so I'm going by what they're supposed to be scheduled to do. Oksana Masters, Kendall Gretsch, Sydney Peterson, and Aaron Pike. And now snowboard got moved.
Oh,
so we've got Mike Schultz and Noah Elliott.
Yes. All right, and we have shout-outs.
Yes, first up is Patrick Alog from Chicagoland, and he mentioned that he was looking forward to our coverage, which is my favorite, makes following the Olympics much more enjoyable. I hope it has been, Patrick, because now not looking forward, we're now looking back more than forward. We've only got a few days left.
Oh, it's so weird. But that would be Patrick, like Patrick French, an Australian para-archer who competed at Paris 2024.
And next up is Ian Teague from Columbus, Ohio, and he wished us the safest of travels and the best bathroom stories. And once again, I hope we have not disappointed.
Well, we tried to stay away from bathroom stories as much as possible. In a way, I mean, we had a bathroom story today. They keep popping up.
We can't help ourselves.
Yeah. It's just that the image of the squatty potty I had to use in Juliet's house. And you wonder why I don't like Shakespeare, people. You wonder, it's the squatty potty in Juliet's house. And I wonder, and I don't think it's period piece. I mean, it was stainless steel.
Poor Ian, you mentioned the bathroom stories, and this is what happens. We're discussing stainless steel squatty potties.
Oh, boy. Well, Ian, that would be like Ian Marsden, not the same spelling, sadly. He is from Great Britain. He competed at Rio 2016 in para-canoe and earned a bronze medal. And we also have mascots.
We do. We have a trio today, like from Sydney 2000. We have Abe, Millie, and Daisy, who are 3 adorable pups who live with one of our favorites, Brad Roethlisberger and family. So thanks very much to Brad and his family for supporting the fundraiser and sharing the little nuggets, because we got pictures of them in costume. In costume.
You know the way to Alison's heart.
Oh, it doesn't take much.
A picture of your pet with a costume on. And I will say I think they're cuter than the Sydney mascots.
Well, that doesn't take much.
No.
But yeah, our Millie is way cuter than their Millie.
Yes, exactly. And we've had several Millies. So
We have.
They're all more adorable than the Sydney 2000 mascot. All right, that is going to do it for this episode because it's time to go to bed. Both of us need some sleep today. It's just all of a sudden we just low-keyed everything. And I'm feeling really bad about it. If you would like even more of the most fun coverage, mostly most fun.
We're still fun when we're
still
tired.
fun.
We're just
I
a
hope
little...
So are we fun when we're tired? Am I? I don't feel fun.
I think we're still fun when we're tired.
All right. Well, then hit us up we are at flamealivepod.com. That is your source for our socials and newsletters and direct ways to contact us. Of course, join our Facebook group. That's where we're posting things first and chatting with people. And I'm still working on posting stuff. I have a lot of things I take.
Yeah, you had to
of.
delay posting your lies.
They weren't lies. They weren't.
No, you
they
lied.
Weren't telling you the truth yet.
Lied, and you lied about pastry, as if it was bad enough.
What can I say? All right, be sure to tune in tomorrow. What we forgot to tell you about today, which I don't think is much because it's been a low-key day.
Yeah, but what lies have you told that now you're going to have to correct tomorrow?
You did not tell any lies. All right, grazie mille per l'ascolto.
And until next time, ciao and keep the flame alive.